All right, so it's been raining this morning again. It's kind of stopped, but I need to chance it because I need to get some hours in. So let's see. Still pretty wet everywhere, but I think if I just push it out like I did before, like front wheels to here, it should be okay. I got a little overhang here that'll stop most of it. If it does start raining, then I can just kind of hurry up and push it back. But what else can I do? Jeez, brakes are getting stuck or something. It's funny. Car sits for 8 years, rolls fine. Once you start driving, everything starts locking up. What's up with that? What is up with that? So I went to Napa this morning, got hooked up with some stuff, dinosaur oil, coolant, new fuel line, bunch of fittings, and a fuel filter. So I want to put this one just where this one is, pretty much for now, until I I don't think I'm gonna need it, because the fuel tank is brand new and the fuel lines are brand new, but I'll put it in between here for now while I'm running it on one carburetor, and then we'll probably just take it off when we do the two. So yeah, let's get started. I think first thing I'm going to do is probably rip out this whole fuel line, and I'm probably going to hook up a a regular normal fuel gauge, unlike the ones here. I'll definitely keep this one in the dash just because it's the original one, and I don't want to kill the look of the dash, so I'll leave that there. But I think I'm going to get a 2-gauge pod thing like I have for my roadster pickup, but not a combination column drop and mount. It's just going to be 2-gauge pod that mounts to the steering column. So I'll put it off to the side somewhere. I'm not sure quite yet, but I think that's the best place to put it. I'm not going to drill any holes in the dash. I'm not going to put 2 more gauges in the glove box. It's just kind of stupid. So I think it'll be fuel gauge, and the water temp is going to be on that little 2-gauge cluster. I might take this out, the blinkers. It's cool that you have it, or I might put it on the other side. Might swing it around to the other side for now, and whoever owns this, if Daniel keeps it for a while, he can either take it out if he wants. Easy, just undo it, plug the wires, label them so you can put it back on later, or or flip it to the other side and keep it there. I don't want to clutter this thing with gauges, but at the same time, like, you kind of have to. You gotta know your water temperature, and it's just a pain in the ass to not know how much fuel you got in the tank. So it kind of sucks, but you gotta kind of load it up with gauges. We could take that motor minder out of there. That's still Warner one, because it's really, you don't need to know how much vacuum your engine is making. It's not that big of a deal. So I could take that out and put it somewhere else, maybe. Oil pressure, you need the oil pressure. Don't have one of those on the dash. It's just all like necessities that you kind of need. So hopefully we can put that 2-gauge pod in there and it won't clutter everything up. We'll see. But right now, like I said, I'm gonna rip the fuel lines out and start replacing with the new ones and get ready for this. I did get a fuel sending unit from O'Reilly's. They said they'd have one at like 2 o'clock, so might buzz down there at 2, grab that. But my whole problem is it's 12 volt and this is a 6-volt car, so I'm gonna have to do some research and see if that's gonna work or not, because I got no idea. If you guys know, drop it down below if I can just use the normal sending unit and run it on 6-volt. If it kind of shows it wrong, it's what it is, but I just like to know, what happens when you do that. Besides a fire. If it's a fire, please tell me. That's the last thing I want. But yeah, enough blabbing, let's get to work. Alright, so I got all the fuel lines out, ripped the front out from here. There they are sitting down there. So the reason I'm running new fuel lines, not because those are bad. because they're probably not bad. But I want to make sure there's nothing inside of those, and they're too short to begin with. I wouldn't be able to hook up the new tank with the length of line that is. So might as well just run new ones. It's not that bad, and you just know, peace of mind, everything's new. And of course it's starting to rain, so I guess we'll continue this later. Now I have the pleasure of fishing this all back through where it came from. Oops. Alright, so I got the line out to here. Probably mount a fuel block probably up here somewhere, so probably keep it this long. Put a nice 90 on it to come to here, so that'll screw into a fuel block eventually, but right now I'll just go to a fuel filter to here, you know, secure that back on there, and then I'll probably work my way back securing the line on the clamps that I took the original line off of. So let me do that. I don't think I can get the camera under there to show you, but I'll try. See that clip there? I need to get the new fuel line, which is there, onto that clip and tighten that bolt. So it's gonna be tricky. You can have fun watching me do that. Yeah, right there should be good. Come on, stupid. Nice. Okay, that went easier than I thought it would. It's not in a great spot, so okay. And I want to form this so it's the same size as the old line. You know, there's like clues of where paint was, so I want to kind of put it right above that, you know, the mark where they painted right over the line to make it seem like this is the original line. Just little stupid things like that. Right. Next one is right here. See what's going on here, but possibly. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Change it to EO 9/16. I always give it a hand job before I put a ratchet on it, because you don't want to have that dead click where it, you know, doesn't do the ratchet action that you're looking for. One more. Which way did I do this? That seems right. Cool. That's it. If I can get out. Back on the original clips. Looking good. Alright, so I put this on prematurely. I need to bend it first. So let's get this on here. Oh no, really? Well, that's a bummer. Jeez, that worked out. That might have been premature too, but we'll find out. I'm gonna stick this on there. So this is a little doohickey that they gave me. You know, threaded section, 1/8 inch MPT thread to a compression fitting. So I'm gonna just put the compression fitting on there. Maybe, you know, put it on here. Nope, I need to put this on first. Jeez, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, put this thing on there. I know you can't see jack shite. Oh, yeah, you can. Alright, this on there. And I'll tighten that bad Larry down. And I'll have a barb fitting to go to the single carb for now. I will change this to either a flare, or I'll change it to another compression fitting or something like that, to screw into a fuel block to go to the 2 carbs when we do that. But for right now, I'll just keep it like this, and yeah, run it off of 1. It's a lot simpler with 1 carburetor, so less trouble, less issues. Half, and this is probably 9/16. There we go. Come on, money. Okay, so now I can transfer that to this, but you know, I gotta get the fuel tank connected before I connect that. because, you know, it's going to be sucking out of no fuel. And I hope the pump still works. It should. But all right. And on this, I'm still waiting for fuel sender. But since this is not a return or a pump, I'm just going to put a plug in one side, and the other side is getting kind of the same thing that's over there, a 1/4 inch NPT to 1/4 inch compression fitting, just because there was no 1/4 inch NPT line fitting at Napa. So, and to get 1/4 inch to a line fitting, to have like a flare on it, it was kind of ridiculous. Like 3 or 4 different pieces just to get it there, and then it's super long and it's janky, and you know, what the heck. Just go with a compression fitting. Works just the same. And this guy here is going to be the vent, because unfortunately we got to use this new style cap, and well, it's not even new style. Like they had the technology to do a cap like that in the 50s, so I'm not going to discount it. But so this here is the breather. So I have a little breather end. I just got to attach a hose to each end of it, and well, to this and to him. This guy, there's like a check valve in here, prevents fuel from coming out, or things from getting in, but air will come out as it expands. So I'll attach this to a hose and probably mount it, I don't know, somewhere. I'll mount it somewhere higher than the tank, obviously. So that's what this is. So, you know, just waiting for O'Reilly's on that fuel level sender, and I'm not even sure if it'll work. I'm gonna have to get something else, because I think it's for 12 volt, honestly, but whatever. There's a 6 volt level sender and gauge combo thing on eBay, but the gauge is, you know, just like a mechanical tractor gauge. Not mechanical, just like industrial style, like tractor gauge, and it's not nice. So, I'm not gonna get that. Okay, so that's ready for a fitting, and this, I'm gonna have to find out something to do here. Like, you also don't want the hose to be too long and like droop below the tank, because if fuel splashes up into the hose, it'll just clog the hose with fuel, and that's not good. So yeah, there's a few things, like you don't want it into the cabin, because it's just going to be, you know, fumes into the cabin, which is not good. And you know, you need it higher than the tank, you can't even lower than the tank. It's going to be odd. I don't want to just zip tie it somewhere. I want to make it like a nice little bracket to bolt it somewhere, but we'll see. All right, just talked to Dano. We're just going to get a Bob Drake tank, so it has the stock end on it. I'm not going to deal with any of this BS. It's just, you know, we're kind of Mickey Mouse and stuff just to make it work, when we should have just got a stock tank. I thought this was a stock style tank. Apparently it's not. And they don't sell one from Tanks. They make good stuff, but it's too street roddy for what this car is going to be. So I'm going to take my fittings off of here, put it in the back of the box, send it back, and we're going to get a Bob Drake one. That is for sure an original style. Original cap will spin right on it. We'll have no issues. Direct replacement, which I thought this was, but it ain't. So I'm gonna put this back in the box, and hopefully at the end of the week I'll have it. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, you know, is what it is. You run into this kind of stuff. I wanted to make it work because we have it, but at the end of the day, just realized it's just gonna be better if we just do a stock original OEM style direct replacement tank. So yeah, I'm gonna box this up now. Alright, so gotta take this one bolt out, or what's left of it. We got really lucky, and this is the only one that gave us trouble. You know, all I have to do is really drill the head off, and now I'm pretty much able to spin it out, and I'm spinning it out down. I'm like threading it all the way through, because going out towards me, it really didn't like it. So I'm gonna just go the way it wants to. Yeah, I don't know why. And then I'm gonna go through these with the tap and finish these off, so when I go to put new screws back in it, it's not, you know, a pain in the butt. funny they pinstriped this and you know, they couldn't get... No, that makes no sense. I don't know why they left the space here and here. It's almost like they couldn't get it when the spare tire was on there. But the spare tire carrier was here and up. I feel like it would be easier to get this line than it would be this, but this one's whole. So that's a little puzzling. Alright, the holes are all chased. I tried these screws back in it, fit nice. I can do them all the way with my hands, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch the threads on the bolts because when you send a tap through, it cuts material away. So if you're cutting material away from the thread and you're cutting material away from the tap, from the die, with the die, sorry, you end up having a bolt that's too loose. Only chase if you have to, but obviously we had to. You saw how hard those were to come out. And these, you know, this was the tough one. I'm doing this with my left hand, so bear with me. I should just stop and do it with my right. There we go. Yeah, see? It's going in nice. So once I find another one of these, I'll replace it, and that'll be, you know, all set there. Coming back to the front, deal with more fuel stuff. I got my fuel filter, you know, my little Napa Gold. So, you know, just hook this bad mamma jamma up here. That's it. They give you, it's cool. I didn't realize they give you a little piece of line and some clamps. So we're all set to start replacing this. Just waiting on the new tank. Dano just ordered it, and he also ordered the, you know, the rubber ring to go around the filler neck. We actually got some shorty headlight stands. I remember someone reached out on, I think it was Instagram, or they put a comment on one of the YouTube channels, videos, to get shorty headlight stands. You know, if we're doing all these small little hot roddy stuff, I agree, that would be a nice touch. We got them in stainless to match the headlights so you don't have to paint them, and we got new rubbers to go against the fender. So, you know, when you replace things, do it right. Get the rubbers, get new bolts, get new, you know, unless the bolts are nice and you can reuse them. But yeah, this thing's gonna be cool. Small little touches will, you know, mean a lot in the end. So let me put this on here quick. I can only put it on one side, but I'll start because the fuel tank's not in yet. All right, so I'm gonna put this in temporarily because I think with a whole new fuel system, you don't really need this. But I'm gonna put this in for now, just in case there's like weird residue on the, like in the fuel lines, or some odd residue in the fuel tank or something. This will catch it, and then after, when we throw the 2 deuce on there, I'll probably have driven this enough that it doesn't need, it's cleaned, everything that's cleaned out already of a brand new system. So I think we're fine. But that's why this is right here for now, because it really doesn't matter at the moment. And I think this fitting is too small. I think we need a 3/8, 16. I don't know what the next step up is, but I think this is too small. Yeah, too small. Dagnabbit. Okay. Cool. Cool little fuel line. That's not the right thread. Okay. All right. This should be the right one. And hey, look at that. Beautiful. 9/16. It's not even, it's like metric. That was loose on it. I'm sick of this rain, dog. Okay, done. Fuel filter on. So eventually this will go to here. A lot shorter. So I'm prepping, getting ready. Can't wait to get rid of this. Just looks so bad. All right, well, that concludes another rainy day adventure over here. I would say drizzly day adventure. It's not pouring anymore. But yeah, not a whole lot done. Ran the fuel line, figured out we're not using the other tank, and just figured out, I guess off camera, a bunch of stuff I needed for the car, for gauges, gauge pods, fuel senders, and a bunch of stuff. So hopefully someday this week I can go and grab the wheels that are actually for this car, mount the tires that we got over there, and hopefully axle will come in so we can do the drop axle with the springs all around and ruin the ride. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time.